What's up guys, we're back at another large corporate conference. We got new control stations, new rack builds, camera tracking, 5 different sessions, 3 of them combined into a giant GS. Let's get into it.
Hey there, hi, hello, what's the word, baby, tell me you know, cause I know that the word is this 10 years in the making. Word is I'm bringing home the bacon. Word is they don't see what it take to make it, but the word on the street side make it look easy. I'm flattering, cool, way too easy. Word on the street is I make it look easy. I'm actually smooth, it's far too easy. Word on the street side make it look easy. Easy, 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 easy. Word on the street is I make it look easy. Too easy.
Right now we are behind the stage. It's a little bit different from last year's conference where I was up at front of house. Now we're behind the screens. We have a little more room backstage, which meant I could go a little bit bigger on the setup. I'm handling just screens, graphics, the lighting, and we have a whole separate team handling the live stream portion. That is those racks over there, which I'll get into in a second, but that's Noah from Corporate Streams, and he's handling the live stream, and it's looking awesome. Here in my setup, we still have the headless Max. As we know, this is for PowerPoint, so that PowerPoint displays to 2 displays consistently every time. If you're wondering about that, go to the last video, check out that full explanation. We have the Stream Decks. This one's for my timer. I'm able to send different things to different projection screens in different rooms, as well as in my room for when we combine for GS. Then I have all my downstage monitor control, and finally just a little bit of lighting control for my looks on MadMapper. MadMapper is what I use to combine all the screens and our LED columns into one, so one image can flow across everything. So really just Lico's on and off for stage wash is my immediate control. All my cues I can click on my scenes in MadMapper really easily. A 4ME Constellation runs all the displays here. So this is just for multi-views. I can full screen any one thing. I have my Pro Presenter for playback. I have ATEM control behind just my assets and downloading things. I can full screen my graphics to see run of shows and whatnot, and then same thing over here. I got MadMapper control, I have run a show, I have graphics machines, and I can full screen anything to my front display here when needed, just so I have everything at an arm's reach. That is the tech setup here. The rack, real quick, 4ME Constellation. These are just drawers for storage of things. When we run our game show, I have the buttons ready to go, wired in. HyperDeck just playing a constant loop that I can send to the other stages when needed. HyperDeck for backup record. Then I have 3 Mac Studios over here. 2 of them are plugged into Sonnet with DeckLinks in them. So that's a PCIe lane for the DeckLinks because they don't have PCIe lanes in the Mac Studios. The 3rd Mac Studio is really just a backup. I also use it for teleprompter. And then I have a whole bunch of converters both in the back and in the front, so I can just monitor if I have to plug or troubleshoot anything on site. I can do that easily. More drawers for keyboards, mice, things like that. These are the Fiasco cases, which I really like. They are expensive, but I did the investment and hopefully they run for a very long time. I do plan to rebuild this rack for different shows as needed. Then we get into Noah from Corporate Streams system. Real quick, this is just PTZ control. So he's got the FR7s. He has a camera op, Emmy, who sits here and just runs everything, and it always looks great. Then over here, he's got Pro Presenter and Run of Show. This is where he switches. He is switching the live stream. I take that feed onto iMag when needed. Otherwise, he's running live stream completely by himself. And then lastly, over here is the DIT station where he takes all the footage, ingests it, backs it up, and gives it to the client at the end of the show. These are custom built racks. They're super cool. We've linked our comms. He's got storage for everything that locks in here. So they're just really well built systems. If you're wondering about these racks, go to his channel, which I'll link in the description. You can learn all about this. Finally, over here, we have the LED wall. So this is just another NovaStar MX40. You've seen that lots of times on the channel. Then we have our audio. So this year we're doing 12 channels of Axients, usually 8 lavs, 4 handhelds, a little bit more than my usual conferences. But again, fiasco case, got the lavs, the handhelds. We store all of our comms. Currently we're using the Hollyland comm system, although the Hollyland H ones just came out with the belt packs. We're definitely going to be looking into those, as we're just getting a little too complicated for just 2 channels and even linking hubs together. But we have up to 3 hubs on this show to get all the channels and everything like that. Going to the H1 is just going to simplify a lot of things when that eventually comes out. In the bottom of this rack, we have the stage box, Alan and Heath, and I have the Avantis with Charles, our A1, up at front of house. We talk to each other on comms. Playback's open. Let's ready to go. Can we mute this, mute that, and around. So stage box back here, 1 Ethernet cable. Goes to front of house, and that's how he gets all the audio signal from the Avantis. Along with that 1 Ethernet cable, we have 5 other Ethernet cables. Some are redundant as backups, some we're using to get internet. We also have a tactical fiber line, which holds 12 fiber lines, 6 pairs running, and this goes from behind the stage up into the ceiling, all the way down to front of house, and drops down to Charles, where we have more FR7s, more fiber converters, and plugging into our internet.
And with all the tech tour out of the way, now it's time to show you some things you haven't seen before. I have continued building out the modular automatic camera tracking system with a new tilt component, because I did get tired of adjusting tilt manually when different heights of people would walk on stage, and didn't want to keep lugging around extra hardware to execute the 4K overshooting workaround I'd been doing to solve that problem previously. So now the camera tracking system can also tilt the camera. And I've added presets so that if you have multiple positions that you want to jump to, you can just save and recall it at any point with either the keyboard numbers or the mouse. I think the hardware is pretty much where I want it now. Still very compact, pan and tilt enabled, and all running over a single Ethernet cable for control and power. I am still tweaking the software and adding more features with every gig I use the tracker on. And for this gig, I even built 4 separate systems so I could have a tracking camera in each room. Luckily, we can mount any camera on top of the hardware, including large, rigged out Ursa cameras, and probably even bigger than that. This thing is so solid and strong now that I have no doubt it can handle some very large rigs. So keep an eye out for the full software release and explanation coming soon on the channel. Another custom build that might have caught your eye was the 86-inch motorized TV cases. These cases are big and heavy, but so are the TVs themselves. I wanted a better way to transport and set up the 86-inch TVs than just lifting them manually out of the case, and I couldn't buy something of this size and height, so I got creative again and used those same motorized desk legs that you've seen me use in the past, and mathed out all the measurements to come up with this design. There are 2 legs on the bottom and another 2 legs on top, giving the TV some serious height when all the way up. Then I designed the lids of the case to be multifunctional. Leave them flipped down to add stability in windy environments, like outrigger legs, which allow the TV to sit at a lower height. Or flip the lids back up once the TV is fully lifted and use the Velcro on the perimeter to skirt the case for that corporate look. There are slots cut in the lid for the legs to stick through, and the case seamlessly becomes the stand for the TV. All the wheels lock, and I'm not worried about this thing tipping over, as the wooden case and leg system is so heavy, the center of gravity is still at the bottom, or at least down low, on the case, even with the TV all the way up. So I'm very happy with this custom case build, and they are so fast and easy to deploy and take down, I might even build some more. On top of all that, we executed the live game show again and added a live face dub of the host onto someone else for the opening segment. We also took as many lessons from the year prior and attempted to fix or correct as many pain points as we could, the biggest one of them being the number of crew we used to execute this gig. We went from just a video tech and an audio tech in each room to 3 to 6 techs per room. At a minimum, we had a designated V1, A1, and graphics op and or camera tracker op. And then for the main stage combined portion, we added a stage manager, A2s, dedicated PTZ op running 4 cameras, and a DIT to manage all the footage for the fast turnarounds for the client. Not to mention the furniture crew, LED wall crew, and in-house Pinnacle AV team that was here for setup and teardown. Adding all this crew did make everything more expensive, but man, it was so worth it, and things just went so smooth with everyone taking care of their positions as everyone was hand-picked for the job. Big shout outs to Noah and his crew from Corporate Streams, as well as Ernie and his crew from Surface Productions. We all love working together and executing awesome shows, so you'll be seeing a lot more of them. In case you didn't know, I used Depends 4 to build all my renders and previs the show to program and solve problems ahead of discovering them on site. This and all the pre-wiring, months of Zoom call planning meetings, and warehouse prep lets us get everything you've seen up in just one setup day. Then we rehearse in the evening, and we're ready for show the following morning like clockwork. I hope you find these videos helpful, and let me know if you have any questions in the comments. Affiliate links will be down there too. And with that, thanks for watching, and see you on the next one.